Hey guys, today we're working on the 2018 Ram 2500 with the 6.7 Cummins. Our heat's not working that great, so we're going to be doing a heater core flush today. And so we've got the two heater hoses here. We've got this guy, this lower one here, and then we've got this upper one on a quick disconnect. So we were going to take off the quick disconnect. You can see it right there. But our traditional tools, the green one's the right size, but we just could not get it in between that space under the quick disconnect. It's too tall. So we're just gonna take the hose off. We already got the clamp off just to see how bad it was. And it's actually not stuck at all. So we're just gonna take the hose off to flush through it. And so what we're doing is we bought a couple of these hoses. They were like $3 at some discount store. And we're gonna attach it to this Harbor Freight drill pump. We're just gonna pump some water through it in the outlet and come out the inlet. And then we've got this valve here so that we can stop the flow. So we're just going to be going into this bucket here. But so our symptoms were that we just don't have good heat, but the truck is heating up fine. There's no indication of a head gasket failure or anything like that. We just don't have heat, and the truck is heating up fine. So we're gonna try this and hopefully we get our heat back. All right, so I'm gonna work that hose clamp back now. All right, so we got the outlet hose disconnected. We're gonna hook up our hose to that so we can flush it. But I just wanted to show you guys the inlet hose down here coming from the heater valve. It looks like right there. You got the hose clamp, good focus, hose clamp, and then it'll just come right off. All right, so this is our outlet situation. Just reuse the factory clamp to hold on our hose. Just got brass fitting to adapt it to this garden hose that we got. All right, so this is our final setup before we start flushing. You can see we've got this one we're gonna feed water in. That's the outlet side on the motor. And this one we're gonna have all the coolant be coming out and all the water come out. And then we've got our shut-off valve on it, so if we need to stop, we can stop the flow. I just connected it with the factory hose clamp just to make sure it doesn't slide off. It was kind of a loose fit. And then it's going down into these buckets. We've got the white one to show kind of what comes out. And then just this black garbage can is gonna be our fresh water going in, connected to the drill pump. All right, so this is our first go at it. We're pretty much just getting the coolant out first, but since we were going from the outlet in, we're kind of back flushing it, getting all the gunk out. This was a pretty big chunk that came out first. This came right out of the hose. It's really gooey. You can see it's almost like a glue. I know it's not a glue, but it's got the same kind of texture and consistency, and that came right out of the heater core. So I'm just kind of thinking that maybe it's plugged up with all of this. That's our coolant. We were getting to fresh water, so now we're just gonna fresh water flush it now that the coolant's out. All right, so this is after 3 times flushing with water. You can see there's a bunch of, well, we don't really know what it is, but a bunch of stuff coming out. And so we're just gonna keep flushing it. We did switch the hoses around. So now we're going in the in and out the out, like it would normally flow before we were going reverse to try and break some of this stuff up. And it looks like it's probably working pretty good. All right, so I got the 2 heater hoses back on, the one back there on the quick disconnect, and the one up here. We'll note on this one, there is a little, this plastic clamp. Make sure you just clip that right back onto the transmission dipstick tube. And we should be all set. We're expecting to have to put a bunch of coolant back in since we took whatever was in the heater core out. So once we do that, we should hopefully have some nice hot heat.